Right, this is part 2 of a little video series I'm going to do comparing these unofficial replicas to, if I have it, the original press. In the first video I did the previous album to Filosofem, these Licitors, and I went through the comparison of the two replicas and the original. This one is the original, and this one is, well, it's supposed to be a replica, but it isn't a copy of the original. It's a remastered version of the original, is how I would explain it. It uses high resolution sources of the original artworks where it can, and it is based on the layout of the original. So let's take a quick look at the original. So this is the cover of the original Filosofem. It's a bit grainy. It's not like a perfect picture. It's probably been blown up from a smaller source image. I like the colors. I like the feel of the paper. It's also like, I don't know if it's just gloss or semi-gloss. It's probably semi-gloss, but paper's a lot thinner, which I like. It makes the album less heavy, a bit more compact. So yeah, that's basically how the original looks, and this artwork inside is really, really grainy. It maybe doesn't look that bad on the video, but it really is like kind of poor. And then the back side it's nothing eventful. It just has the track list, which is split over 3 sides. So those songs are grouped over 3 sides. It's got the Misanthropy, Cymophane logos, the barcode. Obviously it's basically a gatefold picture, so it's not quite exact. You can see that the tree is like almost spread over the whole layout. So yeah, there's nothing that exciting about it. The main feature of the original press, of course, is the booklet. This booklet also came out with the A5 CD. I used to have it, but I sold that years ago. So basically, the A5 Digipack is basically this booklet, but on cardboard. You can see the pictures are not too bad. This one's quite okay. This one isn't. This one's really dark. There's not a lot of detail in it. A bit too dark. Same with this one. It's like, compared to like the original picture, it's a bit low quality. I mean, it's okay. It works. This one is this is my favorite picture in the book. I love the color of it. It doesn't look like this on the original painting. So this has been decolorized and put with this blue tint. The quality of it looks okay, but when you compare it to the quality of the original picture, it's like nowhere near. This is the back side of the booklet. Here you can see that this is actually wrong. This is based on the CD version, where Gebrechlichkeit, I think it's pronounced, is the last track. The part 2 is the last track. So yeah. And this is like in German, of course, whereas I think on the back of this, oh no, it's also in German on the back. I think it's the CD version that is in Norwegian and German. So this is side A of the original. It's got the horse sticker. Side B, this is side C. And then we've got this etching of the the guy in the boat, but it's not very good. I don't really understand why they've done this. It's just such a waste. It looks like shit. They really should have put side C should have been on C and D. I just don't understand what the point was in that. So that's how the original looks. So here we have the 2025 remastered replica, pirate press, unofficial. In the previous video, I touched a little bit on like my opinion of pirate presses and why I think these high quality replicas are a little bit more acceptable compared to, you know, the knockoffs you used to get around 2010, 2011, where they seem to be trying to masquerade as originals. Very cheaply done, very bad covers, really shitty sound. But these are, there's so much effort has gone into this. So this is basically, they've taken higher quality sources from this and basically duplicated how the layout looks, and you can see here the difference. So the original is a lot paler in tone. It is a little bit zoomed out, so you get a little bit more picture than you do in the remaster. I kind of like a little bit split between a bit like this, because I really like the bleak tone on the original, but I do like the detail and the colors in the new version. So I mean, because I own the original, it's like I don't need a one-to-one identical copy. It's kind of nice to have something a bit different. They didn't replicate the sticker. For me, that doesn't matter. But yeah, you can see that the quality of this picture has a lot more detail in it than this does. This is really grainy. It still works, but I really like both. But you know, the original isn't super high quality. On the back side, they have split the tracks into 4 sides. Here again, I really don't know like what I think about this, because Gebrechlichkeit 1 and 2 run into each other. It's kind of boring to listen to like that, because it's practically just an instrumental version, exactly the same song twice. And then they've put the final one on as the last track, which respects the order of the original. But I mean, they've only done this because of time constraints, considering that the side D is etched. So this doesn't respect like the actual track list for the album as it was on CD and cassette. So you know, essentially this is a compromise. And this, I don't know, maybe they should have restored it. Doesn't really matter, to be honest, but it is what it is. They've also removed the Misanthropy logo, which I think is a shame. I really like the branding of Misanthropy Records. To me, it kind of goes hand in hand with these releases. There's something a bit special about Misanthropy Records. It's like a really underground label at the time. So in this release, for some reason, they've decided to remove it. They've removed the Misanthropy address. The barcode, of course, is like ruins the original as it is, so it's understandable. But I mean, yeah, it just leaves the backside a little bit bare compared to the original. But I mean, it's a small detail, and I'm basically nitpicking for the sake of the video, really. Inside is it looks to me like they've duplicated the inside of the original. They haven't used a high quality source for this one. This is blurrier than the original. So even though the original, like, doesn't look great. It does have like a lot more detail in it, whereas this is quite blurry. I have found high quality sources of this, and even using like AI upscaler, you can get really good results on this picture. So they could have done a better job with this. But again, it's like it doesn't really bother me because the original never looked brilliant. But I think that was an opportunity missed. But yeah, it's a minor detail. So this is side C. They've used a color version of this, which is really nice. That's actually like, I think that looks really great. I think it looks better than the original, which is monochrome. So I really like what they've done with the stickers here. Of course, because the D side was etched, they've added this Men in the Woods sticker, and this also respects the original color of the paintings. It looks a bit more like the original, so that's pretty cool. This is side A. That's the horse in full color, like the original. The original painting, not the original LP. And then practically the same black and white version of this, because that's how the original looks. So let's take a look at the booklet. So this is the original booklet. It's basically, again, it's basically the painting spread across like an A4 sheet, or whatever size that is. Yeah, it looks nice. It's you know, it's smaller than the album cover, so the detail is okay. The booklet also like has the incorrect track listing for the. I think I've already shown this, haven't I? Or have I? Yeah, I did. I think I'm losing my marbles. So the new booklet is a little bit different. They've decided to print the landscape version across rather than over, like two sides of paper, and then on the back they have this duplicate version of the painting. I don't know why they've done that, to be honest. I guess I mean, it's nice, it's fine. It's not an exact copy otherwise, but again, for me personally, I kind of enjoy the variation because I do have the original. But I guess if I had done it, I would probably have just like done exactly like the original version. But I mean, this is also cool. It's not a criticism. It's just a bit different. So we can compare the remastered version compared to this, and I think like this looks so much better on the new one. It's just easier to see, easier to read. It's fucking beautifully printed. It feels like it's like the quality of it is exactly the same as the original paper-wise. It feels almost identical. They've done a great job like with this booklet. Here is like another one. I feel like they didn't use higher quality original. I might be wrong, but to me it looks like exactly the same as this, except it's darker, and it lacks like the overall. There is a little detail lost. I mean, again, it's like this is just like nitpicking complaints, but it really is like they could have used a better version of this, because I've also have this picture in high res, so I know that there was a better version. The color is a little bit different. This is a slightly more dark brown purpley, and this is like, yeah, standard brown. But otherwise, I mean, if you weren't comparing these, you wouldn't even think about it. The booklet looks great. This is probably the most accurate reproduction. A little bit lighter tone-wise, a little bit more like brown hue compared to the original, which is purely monochrome, black and white. but I mean, like, it looks so good. It really is good. All the text is exactly the same. I'm pretty sure that probably the text was retyped in and formatted, but I mean, it's hard to know because it looks absolutely identical. Then we have the men in the woods, my favorite picture. And this is a weird one because, again, like, I'm not sure if they've used the same version or if they've used a different source, but the tone's a bit better. I kind of like the tone on the new version. I don't think the quality is like that much better, and there is like a high-res version of this, and I know this as well because they've got a poster of it, and the poster looks just like incredible. But otherwise, it's like exactly the same. So yeah, there's no disappointment there at all. I mean, it is as good or in part better than the original booklet. And like I said before, it feels like identical. It's got this sort of semi-shiny gloss feel to the paper. There's the back of the replica. This is the original. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The replica comes with these posters that were not with the original that I know of. I didn't buy the album new, I bought the album secondhand like quite a few years ago. So these are double-sided posters. They're large and they are really, really good quality. Really good quality. Here is the original replication or duplication or whatever of the Man Lost at Sea or whatever it's called. And here you can see like how detailed this is, and I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like they didn't use this version in the booklet and color match, because this just looks stunning. Like it's really beautiful. Here's the Men in the Woods. Yeah, this one I'm not sure about. This is how the original color looks. It's maybe never been like a high quality version of this. So I don't know, but this looks nice. Quite happy with that. And then the last poster is the trees. Again, it's similar to the inside of the LP. It's like, it's nothing special because it's blurry. It's not the best picture to be, you know, used in a high quality reproduction, but it has to be there. This is the original colours of the horse. It looks amazing, like on the poster, and it looks nice in the booklet too, like with the different tone in black and white. So yeah, I don't have the back on black to compare to, but I can tell you that the back on black looks more zoomed in than this. It looks worse than this. It's got darker colours from memory. It doesn't have this in the inside. I think it's just got the lyrics, if I remember right. And the back side is like kind of like this, but just looks like, you know, shit. And it has the back on black logo on it. They have kept the track list like it is on the CD, on the back on black, so that's in the correct order. They use all four sides. I mean, the back on black stuff is, the actual LP quality is good. It's like kind of heavy vinyl and it's nicely pressed. I think that's the same with all the Burzum releases that they've done. Sound-wise, haven't really done any detailed comparison. With other albums, I've been a bit geeky, recorded them in the DAW and done like serious like compares, but I haven't really bothered with this. I can tell you that the replica sounds very, very good. It sounds a little bit more, I I think they've probably mastered the sound a little bit differently. It's got a little bit more bass on it. I think I could be imagining it. I haven't done a direct comparison, but I really like the sound of the reissue of this pirate press. They've done a great job with that. So I really recommend this this press. It's definitely probably the best unofficial press I've ever seen in terms of like quality. The effort gone into this is really high. It must have taken them a long time to do all the artwork and try to make it as similar as possible. And I can tell you that I have a high quality, quite expensive, I think it's called CCD scanner. They're more accurate than like the normal scanners with the LED light or whatever it is. I'm not really that into it technically, but they are more like 3D as well. So they're much higher quality scanners than your regular sort of £100 flatbed scanner from Argos or whatever. And I have scanned this in, and it does not look good when it's scanned in. The scanner really has trouble picking up this this green for some reason, and it just looks like, doesn't look good. So I've actually got two versions of this. I actually did a remastered version of this myself, like about 6 months ago, because I realized once I'd scanned this in that it was never going to look like the original. I couldn't get the colors right. It looked okay, but then my copy has it has a little bit of tape here, so trying to like repair some of the damage of the actual cover was difficult, and the repair work, you don't see it here because it doesn't come up in the video. I mean, just looking at the cover looks really nice, but when it's scanned, it's like there's a lot of detail in here that comes up in the scanner that's hard to get rid of. And then you know, you've got to repair all these like small cracks and stuff at the sides, and you have to scan the thing in, like the scanner is an A3 scanner, but it won't scan the whole cover in at once. So you kind of have to do it in two pieces, and then you have to do a stitch together in like Photoshop or whatever editing app you like to use. And Photoshop does quite a good job of automatically figuring out how to stitch two images back together. But the problem is because you're having to scan it in two parts, part of the picture is lifted off of the glass, so you get difference in shading, and when you stitch it together you can find like obvious flaws in the scan. So you have to like do a lot of editing to just make it look consistent, and it's easier with other pictures and more difficult with some other pictures. So this one I found really difficult to scan. So I actually rebuilt like all the booklet myself from remastered sources, and I did actually use like high quality pictures I found online, but I also used AI upscalers to enhance the pictures, and it really worked really well. I use a technique where you blend the original scan plus the upscale scan. You upscale the original scan, and then you kind of blend them together, so you still get like the look of the original, but with the new resolution, and it doesn't look like it's been scaled by AI at all. Yeah, but in my version, I basically replicated this 100% the same, but with new artwork, and of course, mine isn't like, I haven't printed mine. It's not a product. It's just like scans on the computer. So I kind of like, I was really happy when I found this replica and that they had used different sources, because I think they probably came to the same conclusion I did about how to reproduce this LP, and you know, it was definitely the best decision to upscale, to remaster this from different sources. So yeah, I'm really happy they did that, because that's exactly how I envisioned this project. Yeah, so definitely pick up this if you find one. Very, very good quality. And we'll have a look at some other bootlegs as well.